Hayden, you shared a picture with me of a rhino in the snow, Spike. We'll be right back and talk about the rhinoceros and how cold tolerant they really are.
So they can be.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Southern Oregon Safaris.
And we're the buffalo roam.
I'm Jerry.
I'm Hayden.
And today I have a question for Hayden. He gave me a picture of Spike playing in the snow, and Spike was playing in the snow.
Indeed.
Tell us about it.
Well, when Spike was younger, we lived in California, but we lived at a much higher elevation, and it snowed quite a bit. Just in the wintertime, and not all the time, and it didn't last very long, but it would get anywhere from 12 to 24 inches up there, and it would do that about maybe 8 times, 10 times a year. And every other time it would be nice and warm, but we would cut Spike loose. The ranch that I had down there, I was able to cut him loose on the ranch. He was young, so he was a little more manageable. But what we found is that he just really was crazy in love with snow, just like a little kid with a toboggan. I wish I could have put like a little hat on him and little gloves, little mittens, but he would get out in the snow and play for hours, to the point where he'd get really upset with me when I said, okay, it's enough, time to go inside. And he'd be like, no, I'm not done. I'm just getting started. And that rhinoceros would run up and down the hills in the snow and plow snow and do nose dives in it and roll around in it and slide in it. And, you wouldn't think that a rhinoceros would like snow, but boy, especially when they're younger, they love snow. And he's a little older now. He's about almost 18. He still likes it, not quite as playful in it because he's older and a little more mature. But when he's a youngster, boy, he would just really go nuts in it. And I'd have to fight him like, okay, it's cold. We need to go inside in the heated room, heated building. Like you tell your kid, okay, you've played in the snow for 2 hours, time to go in. He's like, nope, I'm not done. So I'd have to wait till he burned out before he'd even go back in for me. But yeah, I think I sent you a few photos of him literally just running through the snow,
yes.
And they made some of the most amazing photos. And a lot of people go, wow, I mean, how do you keep an animal like that in that kind of weather? Well, first of all, I mean, it's not like that very often. We do have heated buildings, and they stay in heated buildings when it's like that. But people don't realize in Africa, especially South Africa, it does get down to freezing, and every once in a while it will snow at a lower level. It does happen. Animals,
the entire continent is not equatorial.
They get exposed to it now and then, and especially during certain times when we have our changes in our environment. We go through these climate changes. Everybody calls it climate change, but we have these cycles basically, and sometimes it gets really nasty cold and heavy rain. And, a lot of the animals have to be able to adapt to those cooler temperatures and heavy rain. And sometimes it goes on for quite a while in Africa. Africa can get pretty treacherous, the flooding, the dry seasons when they have these horrible, horrible droughts. So it's a vicious cycle. And being wild and living in the wild, I mean, wild, you can't beat it. It's the best thing in the world. But it doesn't come without its faults, and I wouldn't call it faults, but it comes with some problems. I mean, it's a rough life to live in the wild. So I'd like to see all animals live in the wild, but it's tougher. They have to adapt and endure, like I said, dry season, wet season, lack of food, that type of stuff. Trying to find water during dry season is tough. So the animals do take a beating in those environments. But again, in captivity, they get out there and they're just like a little kid, and he loves to play in the snow. The elephants like the snow somewhat, but they're less tolerant to it. It's like they'll go out, they're good for a half hour maybe, and then they're like, yeah, I've had enough of this. So we let them out, we let them play for a little bit, and as soon as they act like they're getting tired or they're cold, they go back into the heated building. Thankfully, all the places I've chosen to keep animals over the years, Southern California's got really nice climate for that, and you get way more warm time and warm season than you do cold.
And right here, we're in a banana belt.
Exactly. That's why I chose this area. We're in between the Cascades and the Siskiyous. A lot of the weather pushes around us, so even though it can get a little cold up here, I think we're about 1,500 feet here. We do get a little dusting of snow. It's usually anywhere from 6 inches to a foot. Sometimes we'll get a little bit more, but it's usually gone in 24 hours, and then you get a beautiful day like this right after it. It melts off really quick. So the animals get to enjoy it and play in it, and then it's gone, and then we're back to the warm again.
Well, at least Spike had a moment of fun in the snow.
Well, and he still does. I mean, there was snowing out here the other day, and he was out there playing around. And I mean, you'd think, why are you outside when you got a heated building? And you'll be seeing him out there, and even at night, it'll be 37 or 33 degrees, and it's just, on the cusp of freezing, and there's snow all over the ground, and he's out there screwing around and playing and out in the snow. I mean, the other day I was looking on my camera in the house. I have a camera on him, and he's out there rooting around in the snow, and I'm like, why are you out there in the snow? But he's like a little kid. He loves it. Even at 18 years old, that's a mature animal, but he still likes to play.
Yeah, he's out sunbathing right now.
Sunbathing right now, enjoying this lovely weather before it gets more rain.
Yes.
So, yeah, we only get about 20 inches of rain out here, compared to if you go north, you get, 30, 40, even up to 60 inches, you get closer to Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
But the little bit of snow we get, it's not a big problem. But again, some animals just really like it, and they can tolerate quite a bit of it, and some of them just like a very small amount of it. I mean, it's like the ostriches. The ostriches don't seem to mind. They adapt really well and live in it very well. So, and I've seen people keep ostriches in much harsher climates than this too.
Okay.
So, anyway, that's the answer to that.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. Now I know a little bit of background behind that snow picture of Spike.
The snow rhino. You may be the only snow rhino. I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody in Africa's got some rhinos in the snow, but
yeah,
I thought that was a pretty cool photo. Should be an award winner.
Well, that's it on this episode. A rhino in the snow.
Yep.
This is Southern Oregon Safaris.
And we're the Buffalo Room.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Hayden.
Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing, giving a thumb up, and give us a thumbs up. That helps out the algorithm.
Love the comments, please.
Yes.
Comments. Roll the comments.
Yeah, we haven't had a comment for a little while.
And if you have some ideas of some shows or questions you have about some other animals and you want us to do a show about it, please let us know.
And if you guys have questions, yes, just ask. We'll try to answer them for you. I know Hayden. Well, he knows a lot more about critters than I do.
Well, I know a little about a lot, but not a lot about a little.
I'm the same way.
I try to play like I'm a pro. Anyway. But, again, we said it before, if I don't get something right, please call us out on it. We'll correct it. But, I try to go with the most current information. But as they say, science is settled. It's never settled. It's always changing.
Yeah.
You never know. You go with one thing and you say, for years I've explained something a certain way, and then all of a sudden there's new information that comes out, and scientists now are saying something completely different, and they got to change it up. So
I'm gonna tell them something. I'm gonna drop a hint to hopefully engage or pique their interest in a future program that we're actually working on right now. Yeah, you guys gotta click that bell icon to get the alert of the new. Yeah, so we notify you, because we're working on a special project that I know a lot of you guys who watch this show will like. We're bringing in a celloist. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The celloist is going to play for some animals.
Yeah, that's all we're going to say about that. So stay tuned, subscribe. Again, I'm Jerry.
I'm Hayden.
Be safe, always be kind. We'll see you guys in our next adventure.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Hayden. That really went well.
Good.
We're done.
All right. Animals that tolerate. What do you want to call this, or what do you want to? How do you want to refer to it? Weather tolerance to certain species, or do you just want to say, or you wanted to start out and say, hey, I saw some, or you gave me some pictures of video or pictures of Spike in the snow. You want to talk about that?
Oh, okay.
Can you tell me about Can you tell me something about that?
Okay.
Is that what you do? I got to sneeze, so hold on.
Go
it's
ahead.
coming. It wants to come. Gotta look up at the sun.
His nose was loaded and it exploded.
There we go. All right. I think I'm okay.
Okay. Hayden, you gave me some pictures of Spike, your rhinoceros in the snow. Tell me a little bit about rhinos and snows.
Rhinos in the snow. Tongue twister.